Good morning, my friends. Good morning from California, and sorry I missed conversing with you yesterday. I was traveling, or rather, my body mind was traveling. I was watching the scenery, but nevertheless, even though time is a human construct, I didn't make it. So here I am today. And I thought what I'd share with you today is how we can change our experience of everyday reality by shifting in consciousness and shifting actually in what we think our identity is. So if you like this topic, let me know and just press the like button, and we'll continue on our journey from human to meta-human. By the way, I also had a very interesting dialogue yesterday with Don Hoffman, who has written The Case Against Reality. As you know, Don Hoffman is a neuroscientist and a cognitive scientist at UCI, University of California in Irvine, and he has actually written a beautiful book, The Case Against Reality. So basically, he's also saying what I'm saying, that fundamental reality is consciousness, and what we call the physical world, the physical body, and even the mind are actually symbolic representations of the matrix of conscious agents. And so you might want to look up his book. It's very good. It's very academic, and if you like subjects like this, you will enjoy The Case Against Reality by Don Hoffman. So now that we are almost 800 people here, and most of you are saying that you enjoy this material, so I think I will proceed. Let me know if you would like to talk about how to shift your everyday reality, or rather, should I say, your experience of everyday reality by shifting in consciousness and shifting your identity. Very important, identity. So, now that we are ready, I am going to start, okay? So, here is one fundamental thing to know. Right now, as you're looking at me with your eyes open, and you're looking around, looking at yourself, your own body, and looking at your handheld device or your computer with your eyes open, this condition is called the waking state of consciousness. And we interpret the waking state of consciousness as the physical world, including our physical body. Okay? Right now, hopefully, all of you, as you're listening to me, watching me, you're in the waking state of consciousness. And this is giving you an experience of what we call a physical body and the physical world. It's an experience, and you're having it right now. Okay? So you're having the experience of a physical world with your eyes open as you look around at your own body. And that experience is a waking state of consciousness that is being interpreted symbolically as the physical body and the physical world, along with the mind, because you're thinking as well as perceiving. Okay, now just for a second, close your eyes and continue to listen to me. So we won't take long. As your eyes are closed now, the physical world disappears, and what you're experiencing is a purely mental world with sensations, images, feelings, and thoughts. Even when you touch your body, you don't need to, or you touch the desk or you touch the computer, you don't need to interpret that as a physical substance. Your direct experience is sensation. And your direct experience right now with your eyes closed is a mental experience. Thoughts, feelings, emotions, desires, memories, images, constructs, etc. But with your eyes closed, there's no experience of what we call the physical world. So when we experience anything with our eyes closed, we are experiencing only mental activity, and we're not experiencing a physical world. This happens every night in the dream state of consciousness. In fact, every time you close your eyes, you go into a dream state. It's memories, it's desires, it's imaginations, it's feelings. There's no difference between the dream you have at night and daydreaming if you close your eyes. Now you see that the physical world has disappeared, and only the subtle world of mind, intellect, and ego remains when your eyes are closed. Okay, that's called the dream state. Reality is different in the dream state. Reality is different in the waking state. How about in the deep sleep state? When you go into the deep sleep state, then the dream world disappears and the physical world disappears. Okay, so where are you in the deep sleep state? You are actually in a state of awareness without experience. Or should I say, you're in a state of awareness without conscious experience. In the deep sleep, you're in a state of awareness without conscious experience. There's a lot happening in deep sleep. Memories are being consolidated, creative processes are in process, non-local correlations are being made, insights and intuitions will come to you when you wake up, your memory will be sharper, etc. So deep sleep is actually a non-local state of being in which there is unconscious processing. So these are the three states that everybody is familiar with. Okay, number one, waking state, experience of the physical world and the physical body. Dream state, experience of the mental world and the dream body, mind, intellect, and ego. And then awareness without experience, but where all the action is. Non-local correlations, creativity, insight, intuition, knowing, all of that. Even in deep sleep, you actually have more awareness than in waking state. Why do I say that? Because anything that goes wrong in deep sleep, you wake up to the waking state. It comes to your conscious mind. So deep sleep is beyond even the subconscious mind. We can call it the unconscious mind, where processing is happening and creativity is happening in the deepest level of awareness, which is more expanded than any other level. So think of a good metaphor for this would be to think of waking, dreaming, and sleeping as water, maybe as a metaphor, as ice, that would be the physical world, as water, a more dreamy world, and then as vapor, which is even more dreamy, and then ultimately as maybe, if you want to use a metaphor for ice, as the quantum vacuum from which, all the other states of water are being expressed, metaphorically speaking. So those are different states of water. Similarly, you modify consciousness into different states, which give you an different experience of reality. Waking state, physical reality; dreaming state, mental reality; and deep sleep state, pure creativity, pure correlation, pure unpredictability, pure awareness, as close as you can get to baseline awareness. But now we go a little deeper. There's a fourth state. It's called Turiya. Turiya means beyond. And in English, the best word for it would be transcendental consciousness. So what is that? That is consciousness prior to its modifications as the dream state, as the sleep state, as the waking state. Just all possibilities, pure creativity, pure knowing, pure consciousness, undifferentiated awareness, and the source of, ultimately, the source of all feelings, thoughts, imagination, and perception. So that's called Turiya, beyond, transcendental consciousness. And when we wake up to that state of consciousness, then we realize that pure consciousness is actually the source of its modifications, as deep sleep, as dreams, as waking state, which gives us different perceptual realities. But pure consciousness, undifferentiated consciousness, is beyond all knowers, all modes of knowing, and all objects known. This is, if we can maintain this, if we can wake up to Turiya, then the next state is called Turiya Tatta, which is a cosmic consciousness, being local and non-local at the same time, and shifting identity now. Why? Because you realize that you're not a person, you're the awareness in which the person is a changing identity. On a physical level, that changing identity began as a fertilized ovum, a zygote, an embryo, an infant, a baby, a toddler, a teenager, and wherever you are right now in your physical appearance. So ever since you've been conceived, your experience of the physical body has been changing, and as a result of your experience of the physical body being changing, your world has been changing. The quality of your sensations, perceptions, imagination, creativity, and everything that we call everyday experience has been evolving ever since that which you call a person has been evolving. So what is a person? A person is a process in awareness. And therefore, when you realize that a person is a process in awareness shaped by context, meaning, relationships, ideas, social interactions, personal interactions, environment, food, quality of sleep, meditation, and exercise and yoga and pranayama and all the things we do to get closer to reality, then you realize that you're not a person. That every morphed expression of yours as a person is a process in awareness, and you are that awareness. And so when you recognize you are an awareness in which the person is an evolving process, then by shifting states of consciousness beyond waking, sleeping and dreaming, and identifying with pure consciousness, which is your true identity, now you have infinite possibilities. And that's how we change everyday reality, by transcending into the gap, and then even beyond the gap, transcending to witnessing awareness, and then even letting witnessing awareness dissolve into pure consciousness, undifferentiated consciousness, and now introducing intentions and paying attention to processes here, we can begin the shift. We realize the body is a modified form of consciousness, the mind is a modified form of consciousness, and what we call the physical world is a modified form of consciousness. So beyond Turiya Tatta, which is cosmic consciousness, is something called Bhagavat Chetna, divine consciousness, where the objects of experience are seen for what they really are. Not objects, but symbolic expressions of your own self. In the same way as your body is a symbolic expression of your own self, and in the same way as the universe is symbolic expression of your own self. This is called Bhagavat Chetna, or divine consciousness. Communion. This is the realm of miracles, literally. And finally, there's something called Brahmi Chetna, and Brahmi Chetna is when all separation is lost, you realize that Atman is Brahman and you are Brahman. And you are, in fact, the divine being experiencing itself as all knowers, all modes of knowing, and all processes known, including physical bodies. So physical bodies are symbolic representations of conscious beings, the internet or matrix of conscious agents projecting the whole universe. And you are an ancient hymn from the Vedanta. In Indra's heaven, there's a set of pearls so arranged that every pearl reflects all the other pearls, and in fact, every pearl is all the other pearls, and you are that. Tat Tvam Asi. So I hope you enjoyed that. Give me your feedback, and we will continue our dialogue into going beyond being a person and understanding we are the awareness in which persons arise and subside eternally on a cosmic journey of exploration. Thank you, and good to see all of you. Good to see you, Ramanand Dikshit, Aurora Carlson, Dana, Bela, Kurana, Chris. Thank you for joining me, and hopefully we can continue our conversations as we do every